the insect antenna or antennae in plural form. Antennae are paired segmented sensory organs. They are also known as the feelers because they are covered with sensilla of different types that is used to detect stimuli from the environment. Here are the parts of insect antenna. The antenna is inserted in the socket of the cranium called antennal socket or torulus. The first part of the antenna is robust segment that connects the head to the rest of the antenna called the scape. The second part or segment is called the pedicel. The succeeding segments after the pedicel is called the flagellum, usually divided into several divisions called flagellomeres. The appearance of this portion varies thus the different types of antenna. These are the types of insect antenna. Cetaceous type of antenna. The segments are becoming more slender. It is also described as the bristle-like or needle-like. Dragonfly and cicada are some of the insects that have this kind of antenna. Filiform type of antenna. It is narrow, cylindrical with segments nearly uniform in size. It is also described as the thread-like. Some examples are grasshopper, cockroach, and mantis. Moniliform type of antenna. It is more or less spherical. It is also described as bead-like. Termites and ceratoderans are perfect example for this type of antenna. Serrate type of antenna. Segments are more or less triangular. It is also described as saw-like. Examples are some beetles. Capitate type of antenna. Segments abruptly increase in diameter towards the apex. It is also described as club-like. Examples are some beetles. Clavate type of antenna. Segments gradually increase in diameter towards the apex. It is also described as club-like. Examples are butterflies and moths. Pectinate type of antenna. Most segments with long, slender lateral processes on one side. It is also described as comb-like. Examples are some beetles. Bipectinate type of antenna. Both sides have long, slender lateral processes. It is also described as double comb-like. Examples are moths. Plumose type of antenna. Segments with whorls of long hairs. It is also described as hair-like. Some examples are male mosquitoes and some midges. Aristate type of antenna. Last segment usually enlarged and bearing a conspicuous arista. It is also described as pouch-like. The arista is a large bristle attached to the front part of the antenna in some species of true fly. Some examples are flies from the dipterans. Stylate type of antenna. The last segment is bearing an elongate terminal finger-like process called style. It is also described as finger-like. Examples are rubber flies. Lamellate type of antenna. The last part of the flagellum displays a long lateral expansion. It is also described as leaf-like. Some examples are some beetles. Flageolate type of antenna. Flagellum displays long, flattened or more or less cylindrical expansions. It is also described as fan-like. One example is this rhipoporid beetle. Geniculate type of antenna. First segment is relatively long, followed by a clear angle with the rest of the antenna. It is also described as elbow-like. Some examples are ants, weevils, and bees.